After 50, a haircut is no longer just a style choice. It becomes a gentle way of saying to the world, I am still here, still vibrant, and still evolving. So many women stay in the same cut they have worn for decades, even though their face, lifestyle, and hair texture have quietly changed underneath it all. The right haircut can soften lines, open up your features, and bring light back to your eyes in a way that feels natural, not forced or artificial. Think of it less as chasing youth and more as allowing your inner wisdom, softness, and confidence to be seen again. In this video, you will walk through 5 beautiful haircuts that help older women look fresher and more youthful after 50, with wise, practical advice you can actually take to your stylist. Whether you wear your hair short, medium, or long, there is a gentle, elegant option here meant to honor who you are today, not who you were 20 years ago. Soft layered bob that lifts your features. A soft layered bob is one of the most quietly powerful haircuts a woman over 50 can choose, because it frames the face without feeling heavy or strict. When the length sits around the chin or just skimming the shoulders, it creates a natural frame that draws attention to your eyes and cheekbones, almost like a gentle picture frame around your face. Light, wispy layers through the ends add movement and bounce, which is especially helpful if your hair has started to lose some of its natural volume over the years. Instead of hanging straight and pulling your features downward, the hair lifts and swings, giving a more open, awake look to the whole face. This kind of bob works beautifully with many textures: straight, softly wavy, or even a loose curl pattern, because the layers can be customized to suit what your hair naturally wants to do. If your hair is fine, your stylist can keep the layers subtle and add a bit of texturizing around the crown to create gentle fullness without making it look thin or wispy. For thicker hair, internal layering can remove weight, so the bob moves easily instead of sitting like a heavy block, which can sometimes feel aging. A softly rounded shape at the back gives the illusion of a lifted neckline and a longer, more graceful neck, which adds to the youthful effect in a very understated way. The real magic of a layered bob is how forgiving and low maintenance it can be in everyday life. With the right cut, you do not need a complicated styling routine. A simple blow-dry with a round brush or a quick rough-dry followed by a smoothing cream or light texturizing spray is often enough. Many women over 50 find that this kind of bob grows out gracefully, so even when you are between salon visits, the shape still looks intentional rather than messy or overgrown. You can tuck one side behind the ear for a softer feel, or add a gentle wave for special occasions to create even more dimension and movement. If you want to enhance the youthful effect further, consider pairing your bob with a soft side part or a delicate, side-swept fringe that just brushes the eyebrows. This helps to soften the forehead, subtly skim over fine lines, and keep the focus on your eyes, which naturally brightens your whole expression. Work with your stylist to keep the ends slightly textured rather than razor-sharp. Harsh, blunt lines can sometimes appear severe on a mature face, while a feathered edge looks kind, modern, and relaxed. A soft layered bob does not try to make you look like someone else. It simply lets the most radiant version of you come forward, one gentle movement at a time. Shoulder-length lob with face-framing layers. A shoulder-length lob is a beautiful middle ground for women who do not want to go very short, but still crave a fresh, modern shape that lightens and lifts the face. When the ends graze the collarbones, the cut elongates the neck and gives a graceful, vertical line that feels refined and slimming. The secret to making this style truly youthful lies in the face framing layers, soft pieces around the cheeks and jaw that blend into the rest of the hair, and create a gentle curtain that flatters your features. These layers help draw attention upward, towards your eyes and smile, instead of letting the hair drag down and emphasize the lower part of the face. For many women after 50, hair can become finer and more fragile, especially around the hairline, and a lob is kind to this change. Because the length is not too long, it does not weigh the hair down, so you can still achieve a sense of volume at the crown with just a bit of lift when blow-drying. Light layering through the bottom third of the hair gives movement without sacrificing fullness, which is important if you feel your hair has thinned over time. If your hair is naturally wavy, this cut works almost like a built-in style. A little curl cream or mousse and a gentle scrunch can create soft, youthful waves that feel effortless. The face framing pieces are what add that extra glow to this haircut. When they start around the cheekbones or slightly below, they visually lift the middle of the face, softening nasolabial folds, and making the overall expression look more open and relaxed. These pieces can be tailored to your face shape, shorter and more curved if you want to soften a stronger jawline, or slightly longer and straighter if you prefer a sleeker, more polished look. Even a simple shift in your part, like moving from a deep side part to a soft off-center part, can change how the layers fall around your face and subtly modernize your whole appearance. Styling a lob does not need to be complicated or time-consuming. With a heat protectant and a medium-sized round brush, you can create a smooth blowout with gentle bend through the ends in just a few passes. On days when you want something even simpler, you can air dry with a leave-in conditioner and finish with a light texturizing spray to give that undone, youthful movement without looking messy. Color can also play a supportive role here. Soft, blended highlights or a slightly lighter tone around the face can reflect light and bring even more brightness to your features. A shoulder-length lob with face-framing layers is not just trendy. It is a timeless, easy-to-wear choice that respects your age while quietly rolling the years back from your reflection. Chic shag with soft texture. A modern shag with soft texture is perfect if you want your hair to feel playful, light, and full of movement without looking wild or messy. This haircut uses layers throughout the hair to create volume at the crown and airiness through the ends, which can be incredibly flattering on mature faces that benefit from a little visual lift. Unlike the harsh, choppy shags of the past, today's versions are much softer, with feathered edges and blended layers that create a gentle halo of texture around the face. The result is a youthful, relaxed style that looks intentional but never stiff, as if your hair simply falls into this flattering shape on its own. One of the biggest gifts of a shag is how well it works with natural texture. If your hair has a bit of wave, curl, or tends to flip in different directions, a shag embraces that personality instead of fighting it. The shorter layers on top and around the crown create lift, helping the hair sit away from the face rather than lying flat and dragging your features downward. For women who feel their hair has become thinner, those layers can create the illusion of fullness, especially when paired with a light mousse or texturizing spray. Even on straighter hair, the cut can add interest and movement, making the hair look more alive and less helmet-like. Around the face, a soft shag usually includes long, flowing pieces, or even a curtain fringe that curves away from the eyes and cheekbones. These pieces act almost like gentle contouring. They skim past the cheeks, soften strong angles, and draw the gaze toward the center of the face. Because the fringe is longer and parted softly in the middle or slightly off-center, it is far more forgiving than a blunt, straight fringe, which can feel too severe as we age. This kind of framing is especially beautiful if you have fine lines on your forehead and around the eyes, because the movement of the hair adds softness and distraction without hiding who you are. A shag can also be surprisingly easy to care for day to day. Many women find that they can let their hair air dry and simply enhance the texture with a curl cream or salt spray, scrunching lightly to encourage shape. If you prefer a smoother look, a quick pass with a round brush at the roots and ends is enough to maintain the layered silhouette without needing a full, heavy blowout. Regular trims keep the layers defined and prevent the ends from looking frayed, which is important for keeping the style polished rather than unkempt. A chic, softly textured shag is ideal if you want your hair to express energy, freedom, and personality. Proof that life after 50 can still feel wonderfully light and full of motion. Face softening fringe and bangs. Adding the right kind of fringe, or bangs, can be one of the simplest, most effective ways to look fresher and more awake after 50. Instead of a heavy, blunt fringe that sits like a straight bar across the forehead, the goal is softness, wispy, side-swept, or curtain-style bangs that blend naturally into the rest of your haircut. These lighter fringes gently skim across the forehead, softening lines, minimizing the appearance of wrinkles, and drawing attention toward the eyes, which is where your warmth and expression live. When cut well, they feel airy and feminine rather than childish, adding modern polish without pretending to be 20 again. Side-swept bangs are especially flattering if you have a strong forehead or feel your face has become a bit more angular over time. They create a diagonal line that breaks up the width of the forehead and adds a graceful curve across the upper part of the face. This diagonal movement helps guide the eye down toward your cheekbones, giving them a subtle lift and softening any heaviness in the lower face. For many women, side bangs also blend beautifully with layered bobs, lobs, and shoulder-length cuts, making them a very easy upgrade to an existing style. Curtain bangs, parted lightly in the center and sweeping outwards, are another lovely option for mature women. They typically start a bit longer near the center and gradually lengthen as they move toward the sides, forming a soft frame that highlights the eyes and cheekbones. Because they are longer, curtain bangs grow out gracefully and can be pushed completely to the side on days when you want your forehead open. Many women appreciate how this style can camouflage forehead lines without feeling like they are hiding under their hair. It is more of a gentle veil than a curtain that closes you off. The most important part of choosing bangs after 50 is communicating clearly with your stylist about maintenance and lifestyle. If you do not enjoy styling your hair daily, ask for a fringe that works with your natural texture and can be coaxed into place with minimal effort. A quick blow dry with a small round brush, or even a finger dry with a bit of smoothing cream. Trimming appointments every few weeks will keep the length ideal, and many salons offer quick bang trims between full cuts. With the right shape, a face-softening fringe becomes less about hiding age and more about emphasizing your eyes, your smile, and the unique story your face now tells. Elegant pixie with gentle volume. An elegant pixie cut can be incredibly youthful on a mature woman, especially when it includes soft layers and gentle volume rather than a harsh, spiky shape. Keeping the sides neat and slightly tapered while leaving more length and texture on top creates an instant lift, making the face look more open and the cheekbones more defined. This upward focus draws the eye away from any heaviness around the jawline or neck, and toward your eyes and smile. For women who feel weighed down by longer hair or struggle with thinning and breakage, a pixie can feel like shedding years of fatigue and stepping into something lighter and freer. Modern pixies for women over 50 are rarely extremely short all over. Instead, they use soft, feathered layering to keep the style feminine and fluid. A bit of extra length through the fringe area allows you to sweep the hair gently across the forehead, adding softness and a hint of mystery around the eyes. Textured pieces on top can be styled with a light pomade or mousse to create movement without stiffness, so the hair still feels touchable and natural. If you have natural wave, your stylist can cut into that texture, letting the pixie form little curves and flicks that add even more youthfulness and personality. One of the greatest benefits of a pixie at this stage of life is the ease and freedom it brings. Styling time can drop dramatically. Often, a quick rough dry with your fingers and a touch of product is enough to bring the shape to life. This simplicity can have a deeper emotional effect too. Letting go of high-maintenance styling can open space in your mornings, allowing you to invest your energy in how you feel rather than fighting with your hair. Color can also look particularly striking with a pixie. Silver, salt and pepper, or soft highlights all have room to shine when the shape is clean and intentional. Choosing a pixie does not mean choosing to look old. In many cases, it does exactly the opposite. A well-cut pixie communicates confidence, clarity, and a kind of ageless boldness, as if you are no longer hiding behind your hair. The key is to work with a stylist who understands softness, face shape, and how to tailor the cut to your features so it feels like your personality, not a drastic costume. When the balance is right, an elegant pixie becomes less of a short haircut and more of a quiet crown, light, modern, and full of the freedom you have earned over the years. Final thoughts. Reaching your 50s and beyond is not a reason to shrink or fade into the background. It is an invitation to refine how you show up, including the way you wear your hair. The right haircut is not about chasing the past, but about supporting the woman you are now, with all her wisdom, softness, and strength. Whether you feel drawn to a soft bob, a graceful lob, a textured shag, a gentle fringe, or a light, elegant pixie, each of these styles is simply a tool to help your natural beauty rise to the surface again. Take your time, bring inspiration photos to your stylist, and listen to what feels like you in this season of life, not what you think you are supposed to wear at a certain age. Let your next haircut be an act of quiet self-respect, a small but meaningful way of saying, I deserve to feel vibrant when I look in the mirror. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path.